going on?
What is
going on, Pioneer Villages?
Monday night family show.
Monday night
Yeah.
family
Sorry,
show. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
the one
a bit
and
late.
the only.
The one and the only.
Getting tired. We're gonna keep
Getting tired.
pushing on.
We're gonna keep pushing on through.
Guys, this show works best when you participate. Talk everything and anything pigeons. If you want to talk about pigeons, I am here to talk about pigeons. Again, though, it all boils down to your participation.
Without the participation,
the
show can't go on because I just want other things to say, and I know you guys always want to hear what I'm going to say next. So,
help a friend out.
Let's
talk some pigeons.
And let's talk some pigeons.
This Monday.
I know I'm 15 minutes late.
Again. I try not to be late.
One person doing the job.
So that's what you get. It's a quiet crowd. Tonight. We are on YouTube.
And Facebook.
Boy.
There we are. Echo. Yes. Well, I make sure that there's echo. That way you guys tell me that I'm on. So we're setting up for the week of April 23rd for Pioneer One Law Race American entries. So that's what we're up for. We got about 50 birds in the loft so far, and we got a little this and a little that. You know how young birds are. They act a little different. Daniel Herman, how are you? Howdy. Daniel, you got to send some birds up this year, hopefully. Mike Parrish, thanks for tuning in. We are waiting for loft manager Ricky. He's having some dinner tonight. Double echo vec. Hey to all. Hey, Peebler. How are you? Oh, I ripped my fingernail today. That feels good. Not sure really. Good morning, sir. Can you give me one pair of pigeons here in the Philippines? I am a small fancier. Can I give you a pair? You know, I learned, and I'm not, what way do you say this? I can give you a pair. I can give you 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 20 pairs. I can give you pairs. Anybody can give anybody a pair of pigeons. But I learned as a little boy, I remember I was about 7 or 8 years old. Maybe under 9 years old. I know that for a fact. And I went over about 8 to 10 miles away from me. There was an old man at the time, and he had Russell the Box racing pigeons. They were like tiger grizzles, but they were not way nicer. They had the big wattles on them, and they were beautiful. I was a little boy. I was drooling. And his name was Harry Suter. He passed away for many years now. I went over there. My dad took me over. And before I went over, I had to have the balls, and I had to call Harry. And he was in our pigeon club, and I had to call Harry. And Harry said, yeah, you can come over on Saturday afternoon. And looked at the pigeons, and I picked out this white grizzle cock, nice big wattle on him, beautiful cock. And Harry said, do you like him? And I said, oh, yeah. And he said, okay, Ryan, this pigeon's $50. And again, this was maybe in the between 90 and 94, in that time range that year. $50 was a lot of money, man. I didn't have any money. So I had to do yard work around the yard. Cut the front lawn, an acre, 1 acre lawn, cut it for $3. You know, cut the grass, cut the grass, cut the grass, cut the grass, cut the grass. And by the end of the summer, I went to Harry Suiters, and I can still remember him. I can still remember paying Harry in $2 bills, all the way up to 50. And in Canada, we had $2 bills. So I paid him. He gave me this beautiful Roussel de Baccock. And he said, Ryan, this is right from here, right now. You drive all the way over, which was about 3 miles, to Gary Morrow's house. He says he's got a real nice hen for this cock. And I went over, and obviously, my dad drove me over. And Gary Morrow was in our club. And he gave me a blue grizzle hen. We paired them up, and there was no grizzles that ever came out of them, just blue checkers. They were untouchable. It was unbelievable. It was like magic. So I say to you, I can send you free pigeons, but you got to work. Work, 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 dig, 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 and sometimes you get a free one. But you know what? Work for those pigeons. And you'll find out you're going to get the best results by working and digging. And not every pigeon you're going to buy is going to turn out to be a superstar, but that's just one of those. That's one of those instances. What's going on, Ricky? Oh, maybe a chair.
You're supposed to do a, what do you call it? Here comes the.
I did that.
He's coming in. Here he is now.
See, guys, we're live. Oh, with a drum roll. Ricky, drum roll.
Coming right in. Just to say hello, everyone.
Good evening. Hey,
how are you?
Mary.
Hopefully, you're having a good life.
Mary Cavender's
good time.
Or Cavender Loft.
Good weather.
Dominic Zarlinga says hi, 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 hi. So yeah, normally when people say, "Do I have free pigeons?" I say, like Harry Suiter says, "Get out and cut the grass all summer long. And I'll give you a nice pigeon."
Well, that's right. Or come on over and paint my house, please, and do some weeding every weekend. Thank you. And that is what I'm saying is you're working. A little bit of work, makes that bit of difference, right?
And no, I can't send birds to the Philippines. I can't do that, but because I had someone say, "Oh, could you?"
Is that what you call buffering?
It's called, and I'm not going to swear,
It's
but
like slow motion.
Internet sucks. On this ridge here on Bloomington, we're good for bad weather and absolutely garbage internet signal.
Because we're very high up here.
It's like we're like, there was Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Then there's Bloomington Road.
We're the highest point here between two lakes.
And see, here's a guy who comes up with the same.
Excuse me.
So there's the comment, and I'll post it. No, thank you for tuning in. I don't have free pigeons. Ask Mike. What's his name? Mike Diamond. He'll give you a pair of pigeons. Tell him it's from me.
You want free pigeons?
No, he's from the Philippines, and he's a small flyer. And I get that. And everyone asks, guys, get pigeons from the Philippines. We can't send 2 pigeons to the Philippines.
No, there's no way. So what have you been talking about? I came in.
I'm getting tired. Eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, did you talk a bit about? And this is like an old song. People sending the birds to one-off races, and the youngsters are totally uneducated at all.
No. You know what?
You didn't talk about that?
No, and there's a reason why I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
And people are so proud of their pigeons. They're proud.
Mm-hmm.
They're so proud that they can't see the forest through the trees. So what does that mean?
They can't see the forest for the trees.
For the trees, through the trees, around the trees,
through the trees.
Whatever.
Yeah.
People can't see it.
So don't talk about it?
No. I can't help. And this isn't about our race.
Just in general.
In general public.
Yeah.
You want to help people. And guess what? I'll tell them and tell them and
You're
tell them.
helping people
I've
right
seen
now.
people send birds to these races.
Mm.
The goddamn birds can't eat. They're this big. Well, they were eating at our house. What were they eating at your house? They were eating wild millet, kaffir corn. Wait a minute, wait. And they're running around like this, squeaking, squeaking, squeaking. I got other people say to me, Ryan, you know that your problem with your races? You want me to hear you the number one problem?
I started the conversation right now.
I'm going to
You're
tell you
really
this.
going good.
Well,
okay.
We want to get people fired
so
up.
what are you talking about? Like
You're a little bit hard. You're a little hard on the birds and what you feed them. You don't feed them that candy ass, sugar coated shit.
Canary seed?
Yeah, the shit that they eat.
Yeah. The stuff that goes in and just goes
out. And there's no gas to it.
It's like, if I can say, Mom, I only want to eat a hot dog. A hot dog, Mom. Well, here, have a piece of steak. No, Mom, it's no good. I don't want to chew it. I want to have hot dogs. Something easy, easy going.
I watch those shows. I watch those goddamn shows, and the kids only eat French fries and hot dogs. Can I tell you? For hundreds of goddamn years,
wow,
those kids, before this generation or the last 50 years of generation, those kids never ate hot dogs and French fries. It's the parents making an excuse. Now hold on. It's okay. I'm not upset about this. Take your youngsters and wean them. Wean them on.
I thought I was opening up this conversation.
Wean them on.
And you just took
stuff
over.
That's not easy to eat.
Start about it before you send your birds to any one-lot race. And one-lot people, if you're listening, why don't you tell your customers to do this? When you wean them, put them in a basket, put them in your car, take them for a drive up to the supermarket, come back, go around, go on a bumpy road, up and down bumpy road, bring them home, give them a little drink of water. You know, in a drinker, a 1 liter drinker, I guess some people don't even know what that is. Let them drink in a 1 liter drinker. Can you not put them in a basket where they gotta drink out?
No, they can't. They can't. Do you know why they can't?
They're too damn lazy and they don't think.
There's no fucking work ethic. And what it is
Watch your language. My mother never swore like that.
I really don't care. Because you know what? There's a point where you can swear. And people in this world are
too lazy.
You can put the F word in front of it. You don't have to put the F word in front of it. But I'm telling you, lazy people.
How do your birds succeed when you can't put them through early stresses in life?
They can't.
And that's very, very important. The early stress in life, in a small dose, makes your birds strong. And if you just take them, excuse me, take your 6-year-old before you send them to school, but you never train them to go on the toilet. Okay. You gotta teach your little kids, when he's 2 years old, whatever. But you never did this with the kid, And then you send him to school. He goes to school, and he says to the teacher, "Teach, I just shit myself." Well, you're 6 years old. You should know to ask to go on the toilet. You should go on the toilet. But the parents didn't bother teaching them. And that's the same with the birds. You got to do step by step and teach them and let them learn stress and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't do it. And they just think, oh, I'll just put them here. Now, they never been in a basket. I don't even put them in a basket. I just put them in a box. Now I ship them and the darn thing's getting boom, boom, banged around, boom, banged around. And do you know what stress does to a young bird? A lot of stress. Hurts those young birds.
In the world, the number one killer of humans is stress. Money stress, miserable stress, no relationship stress. Stress kills. Now, we talked about it the other day. If you have a German Shepherd, buy a nice German Shepherd, beautiful. Say, he's a guard dog. Tie him up to the tree with a 100-foot rope. Leave him. Feed water, leave him. He becomes a vicious beast. He doesn't become a vicious beast. He becomes a vicious beast because there's no love, there's no caring. He becomes a depressed beast.
That's right.
Common sense, isn't it? You come home and say hi to your dog, and the dog wags his tail. You've had the shittiest day in your life, but that dog wags his tail to you. Guys, sending your pigeons to any race. You want them to succeed? Torture them in a positive way before you send them.
So they can handle.
Right. Put them in a car. You know what? You wean them. They've been gone 2 weeks from the parents. 1 day in the basket. No feed. Ooh, that's hard on them. It's not hard on them. When they go into the post, from Buffalo to California, you could have 3 to 4 days in the post with no feed. So guess what? Get them used to the power of it. But what do most people do?
They don't think.
No. I was at a place. I was at a loft. The best pigeons money could buy, man. We're talking a $20,000 cockbird. They're all crammed in a section. In the section, they got babies that are ready to loft fly, crammed in. The parents are still bang, bang, pumping them. I look at the situation and I say nicely, I put the F word in front of it. This is all scrap. You know what? You know what? If you give your opinion on it, you know what happens?
Hey, the truth hurts.
That's right.
It's the truth. It hurts. I got young birds coming in at one loft race here. They can't figure out how to find the water, where the water's there, birds are drinking. They can't figure that out. They can't figure out how to eat with the group. They just can't figure that out. And I could just see it.
It's quite simple. Chris Clarebot said it. That paper that you have in your hand, that tells them everything. That paper.
Yeah, I know. What you call
Wolverine paired to Johnny's boy. That tells you it, doesn't it? But they don't realize, what the Normans did to make Wolverine, or what Johnny Boy made those pigeons. The little tactics, the little tricks, the little educations. Again, we talk about it. Take a look at Geert and Leandra Munich. Geert Munich, he has a magnet and he goes through the grit. He goes through the fucking grit.
Take the metal out.
Boy, oh boy, is he stupid? No, he's not, isn't he? He's trying to leave every stone unturned.
Well,
and Michael Peevler wrote this. Do you feel North American fanciers are still years behind everyone else about training and racing?
I believe it 100%.
We have to be.
We are.
We have to be.
100%. You got to think about it, folks. I'll give you an example. My mother came from Brugge in Belgium, which is one of the 10 most, what should I say, privileged or examples city in the world, the whole world. Like not Toronto, not New York City, I don't know, but one of the most 10 of the world. She was born there and raised there. her maiden name was in that country, right? In that area for 800 years. So, okay, so tell me, here we are. United States of America has been around for 300 years or whatever. Canada's been around for 150 years. We have to be behind. We have to be.
We are.
You know,
it's not. We're not knocking.
No, we're still pioneer.
Yes.
Compared. And you got pigeon flyers that have been flying there probably at least older time than the North America has been. So tell me something. Do they not know more about, cracking eggs for a cake than we do, right? They probably crack eggs, off their elbows, bang, crack it. But we're still behind. So we are behind.
Right.
100%.
And the thing is, people get so caught up in this paperwork. We sell great pedigreed pigeons that are from great pigeons.
Right.
I see people that purchase pigeons from Feathers Elite. They go to their lofts, and I say, I grab my other hand and I say, good. Went to a good pigeon man. Went to a pigeon man that'll get the maximum out of that pigeon. There's other people who buy the pigeons, they're collecting pigeons, they're trying to learn with pigeons. They don't think the same way to get the maximum out of them. And what do they think? They buy a pigeon with the great pedigree and it works. Guys, you have to work at everything. Think about what you're doing to a pigeon that goes to a one-loft race. He's got to go in a basket. Think about it. When you train your young pigeons, if you were a regular Joe, you wean your pigeons, they go into their section, it's perfect. Lucky, ding, you got perfect. They're out, they go out on the board, you start loft flying them, that goes perfect, ding. By the time they're about 12 to 14 weeks old is the first time you put them in the basket.
Right.
Ding. The stress comes on them that first time. Let's go the reversey. You're sending him to a one-loft race. Take him away from mommy. Oh, no. Mommy's gone. Mommy's gone. Stick him in a box. 3-4 days in a box. Then drop them into a loft. Send them to the Hoosier. They get in there on complete wire floors.
Oh, they're not.
Hold on. With their feet. They got stump perches. Where in the hell is Mummy? Mummy's not here. Hold on. I've been eating pellets. I've been eating pellets this whole time.
My owner is
Jimmy.
He's a super guy. He went and bought only pellets for me.
Jimmy's feeding corn, peas, beans, everything but pellets. And what did you do? You sent your bird to fail. All because why? You know what? The next 3 days, you're going to eat sunflower seeds. The next 3 days, you're going to eat corn. The next 3 days, you're going to eat pellets. I'm going to stick you on a wire floor in a section, in a basket.
I'm going to feed your barley.
Yeah. You know what?
That's why I wean my youngsters at that age, and I make them learn on their own. I put them in a basket, so by the time they're going out into the section, the young bird section, they've learned the basket. That's no shock now. At 16 days old, that becomes no shock. I got people that send birds here that literally I can start training them tomorrow. That's how full wing they are. And all this, they come, they can't figure out where the water container is. They can't figure out really how to eat. So they can't figure out nothing. It's almost like, I was 15 years old and I went to high school and my mama was feeding me off her nipple last year or what 2 weeks ago, but how do I get a drink now? You know, that's what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm saying? What do you got on there?
So Michael Peebler says, I
Mhm.
seen a video where he starts to train the old birds, but the first toss is 1 mile. Should the first toss not be 20 miles? You know, I was pretty damn good in soccer.
No, just wait. Is that what Mike Peebler said?
Yeah. Now I was real.
Should it not be 20 miles?
Oh,
That's what
I
he
was real
said.
good at soccer,
Right.
wasn't I? Do you think I could go out today from when I was 20 and I can go on the field and play 90 minutes? No, I can play 15 solid minutes. I can't do it. I play about 3 minutes and I'll fall over.
Right.
Guys, when they say the first toss is a mile, all they're doing is getting them familiar to the basket, to getting the cobwebs out, to getting the system going. They don't sit them at 1
Depends
mile.
on how much law flying they're doing too, right?
Right, but I'm saying the first toss normally is very, very short. Couple short ones, 2 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles. Get the cobwebs out. See how the group reacts. Group's reacting good at about 3, 4, 5 miles. Okay, we're gonna jump up to 10, 12 miles.
I like to take them out there in the baskets and just let them sit for a while.
Let
Let them sit.
Let them feel like, hey, you remember what this was?
Have yourself a coffee. Let them just sit there, and they'll learn.
Mike Vanderyak says this. Pigeon racing in southern Western Ontario is primarily developed by Belgian immigrants. Well, most of those immigrants, I hate to say it, where are they?
Like Mike said,
where are they?
Southern Ontario.
Where are they though? Most of those immigrants, where are they now?
Mike said they're in Southern Ontario.
No, they're not. They're in the ground. They're dead. The people like Ozzy and Floor and all those guys, most of them are gone. Because the sport hasn't progressed. It's not getting bigger. But Mike, very good point. In Southern Ontario, a lot of Belgian immigrants. Most of those immigrants are dead. And the sport hasn't rejuvenated itself. And I can see why. I see why they're at the Berry Club. They went to the Niagara, Mike's Combine, Mike Vanderyak's Combine, the goddamn Berry Club, want to fly their pigeons on that course. What did they say? We won't give you a club pickup in Barrie, or we won't allow you to be a club in Barrie. But if you drive about 40 minutes to Brampton, you can put your birds on. And Mike, I hate to say it, it's not you, my friend, but your combine just killed the sport again. And there's that sound when you ring a doorbell. Ding dong. Pigeon racing dime. Mike, we can go to the condos. I'll knock on doors. I'll beg, I'll plead, I'll ask, and I'll do it. But I can't do it when I see ding dong moves from your combine. And I like you, Mike. I gave you the vest. Ding dong moves. That hurts, eh? And you know what? What do we say about the truth? What is the worst thing about the goddamn truth?
Nobody likes to hear it.
It fucking hurts. Sorry. I didn't mean to swear.
Hey, wait. We got the crying towel here that a good person donated.
Best thing.
To us.
Best thing I ever got.
And
my best pigeon gift.
This is the truth
of the sport. All. Yeah. And you want to know what? The person who gave me the crying towel, in my feeling, I never thought that would come from that person. I thought they would have every excuse. But they didn't.
The person that gave us the towel was a person that heard so many ridiculous
cries.
Right. That it 100%
right
is true.
But I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it.
But the people out there, if you read this to them, they don't want to accept that truth. You know, you only cry about everything.
Sure.
The wind was not right. The clouds weren't right. There was too many trees.
I had a hawk.
You know, a hawk was around. He circled 4 times and landed on the tree. Cry, 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 cry.
And we're not on this show here. We're not here like this. Sounds a bit like we're ragging and bitching and moaning and whining.
We're just talking.
We're just talking what I would talk when I'm with 5 guys at a pigeon club, man. And we ask, why doesn't the sport succeed? It's because we all bring an excuse to the table of why it can't. Isn't it? You know, I look at the Port Berry Club.
Right.
The pioneer. We said last year, come on our truck for free and fly, just to fly your pigeons. Mm-hmm. That wasn't good enough. They're going to find better. They went to the Niagara. They begged. They pleaded. Guess what Niagara did to them? That wasn't, no, you can't come. You're not allowed. You're out of the thing. And the whole thing is
what they're probably saying, Niagara's saying they're flying too short.
Yeah, maybe, right? Whatever it is. But they said if you drive to the Brampton Club to ship your birds.
The same club.
We'll
pick you up. But meanwhile, they got to come by Barrie to go north.
Right. What I say is, have you ever heard of the sound? Ding dong. That's what you have. And I'm a whiner.
So the Barrie Club wanted to get on that truck.
Right.
What was their purpose for that? I don't know. Meanwhile,
they didn't like to fly on the up north combine because they're out in the corner pocket and they can't do anything.
Oh, I see.
Their feeling is they can't do anything.
They're out of line.
They've made their excuse, and that's their excuse, and that's fine with it. I'm fine. So now
that's another excuse.
Right. Well, everybody has an excuse why they can't win. Mm-hmm. Most people in life, the excuse is, what is it? They're not willing to put the goddamn work in.
Well, they don't get off their chair.
Right.
That's 100%.
And this is fine. But they try and find other ways.
Oh, I know a guy that said he was a week before the races started, and he hasn't started training because he was in drywall business, and I've been so busy in drywall. And, then I'm going to fly next week, and I'm going to literally train them twice, And then another guy in the same club tried to sue them and said, if you take those birds next week, give them 2 tosses to 40 miles, you will be right on top. Right. Can you imagine? I mean, the guy goes, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. Like, do you know what it takes to get in condition? It takes 6 to 8 weeks of working to get in condition. You just don't take them in the basket 2 times 30 miles and you think you're going to be competing. But the thing is, half the guys on these trucks, that's all they do. It's literally torture to your birds. It's criminal.
Sure. And that's, I'm surprised how pigeon ranges don't get shut down, but whatever. Right. LDX3 Loft says, I had the youngsters that he weaned, in a basket sitting on the porch in the sun today. They were loving it. Very good. Give them 3 days of that. They're sitting in the basket, give them a drink. Take the drinker away, wait an hour or 2, give them the feed, take it away, give them the drink again. Give them 3 days of that. Then take them in your car. Go do your grocery shopping. Make sure there's enough ventilation.
I'm going to tell this person here, you got to watch it. If you got them out there in the sun in a basket, if you got hawks around, the hawk will figure it out. And I've had it happen through experience. Bad experience. I've experienced that the hawk will eat them right out of the basket. So you got to be very careful. What I do is if I put them out in a basket, I'll put a couple objects on top,
Or
So-
small cube wire.
small cube wire, so you don't have that problem, because you'll figure it out one day.
And-
It'll all of a sudden happen.
And by the way, when the hawks, you see about that,
Mhm.
that's what their leg goes to. When they
Oh,
go into
Yeah, they'll
eat through.
Yeah, I've had it happen to me a couple times. I actually had a basket. I had a bird in there, and I put it out on the patio here. Excuse me. I put the basket on the patio, and I had to walk down the loft, which is literally, I was gone about a minute and a half. I came back up.
Mhm.
The hawk was on my basket.
Dancing.
Oh, he killed the bird.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't eat it, but he killed it.
He's gonna kill it, then
Yeah,
pull it through.
He just if I would have been gone 15 minutes,
He'd have pulled
he'd
it
have
through.
pulled it through piece by piece. But that's how you just turn your back, and if he's sharp, you're in trouble. So I know that the fellow's basket training, that's very good, very good. But
Just be
Everyone-
safe with the basket. Put something over it. Even if you have a regular basket,
put
Put
an
even-
empty basket on top of it.
empty basket, or hey, even a piece of plywood over it, somewhere in the middle, so the birds can kind of move
Well,
out of the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you learn that by experience, right?
Well, experience. I know years ago, I had some late breds, and I was basket training the end of September. And I put them out the back in a basket, nice sunny afternoon, and really not too warm, very nice. I went out for a few hours, and I came back. Son of a gun, that hawk went in there, and he was just eating them right out of the basket.
That's how you learn.
You learn. Very dangerous. Yeah.
So there. On that note, that's that. I hope we weren't too negative. I don't think we're not trying. Sometimes here on this show, I don't know if people think that we're negative or we're not, or we try and give it real. I think reality is good
Mhm.
if you can accept it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's like Mike Peevler says about, are we behind? You know, I go to Europe and they really do. They look at pigeon racing in North America as like, what do you guys what are you doing? What? Like, you go to all the clubs around in America. So let's look at your old bird teams. They don't have them. They don't exist. It's all about young bird flying and one loft racing. It's all one loft racing. And that's what we've learned here, because the American culture is work, 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 work. There's no time. Just work, 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 work. And this is what we've come down to. And what Peevler says is, are we behind here? I'd say we're maybe 60, 70 years behind.
But I don't know if we can catch up here, because
We'll never.
If we got to go another 7 years to catch up,
They'll be
we're-
70
we're-
years ahead.
We're all going to be gone.
Well, it's just,
You know,
yeah,
I'm saying-
yeah. Belgium's came. They're all dead now. All those old pigeon flyers. How many kids are out there from those families still playing with pigeons?
That's right.
And we're not knocking those families. We're just saying. And Mike was right in that area. There's lots of Belgian people that immigrated there and lived and raised pigeons. Anyways,
Yeah.
lots of fun. We're going to be shipping to the U.S. the week of April 23rd. I'm working on the health certificate for that. So it'll be on that Monday of April 23rd. I have my phone here. You'll see the Facebook post on that. For you Americans, If you know how many birds you're sending, please private message me. Call me 416-990-187 so I know how many birds are roughly coming. And again, guys, train your birds. Teach them to succeed. I don't know if we're still on. If anybody can hear us, please let us know. What do you think the first old bird toss should be? How far? Is that a tricky one?
Yeah. I just like to take them out miles. Depends on how they're loft line. They should be lofting pretty good. Take them out 5 miles just to take them 20 miles, right? What do you think?
I think with old birds, if you've had them out lofting for about 7 weeks, under 5 miles, put them in the basket, let them sit for a few hours, and let them come home. I don't think. I think what you got to do is just get them back in the field. You know, you let them out from. Let's say you take them 3 miles. They've been loft flying for 6 weeks. They're flying real good. Take them 3 miles, and they take 25 minutes to come home. I think the next time I take them back to the same spot again.
Mm-hmm.
And if they take 16 minutes, the next time out, I take them the same spot again. And then they take 3 minutes. Then I say, they figured it out. Let's get going. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds good. You got to fill it out.
Mike Green says, when weaning my young birds, I don't dunk their heads in the water. The smart ones, the dumb ones, then will be gone. Can't baby them. And I think that that's a good point to that. I think, you know, when you put a drinker, you walk into the section, you put the drinker down, and the torpedo drinker is already turning, you put it down.
Makes that sound.
No, you take the drinker into the section and put it down.
Right.
That's a little bit sneaky for the young ones.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put that drinker down on the floor,
Right,
and you pour the water, and it goes shh into the torpedo.
You can hear the air going through it.
Put the lock on and turn it over. Go. Blah, 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 blah.
That's right. Yep.
And you put it down. I think Michael Peebler's 100% right. Let them find the drinker. They can find that. This is a simple mathematical or write your ABCs out or I'm goddamn thirsty. Put it like that. You'll see right away. If you see one pigeon go to that drinker, you see 2 pigeons go to the drinker, you see 3 pigeons go to the drinker, and you have 25 youngsters in there. What does it tell you?
It tells me those 2 or 3 birds that hit that drinker, they've got it up here.
Now,
right?
They
have it up there.
Now,
same as when you
in about day 3, you look in there and you see one baby going like this in the corner.
I see a youngster blinking.
Blinking,
sitting
blinking,
there,
blinking,
sitting there, blinking. You know, he.
What does it tell you?
It tells me he's a dummy.
It says nicely, get the garbage pail out.
That's right.
If he can't find the water, he will never do 300 miles.
But, you know, you're right. Yeah, it depends on how they were raised too. They were raised to be dumb. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I believe that as well. They're raised to be dumb. They're going to be dumb. I believe that. They're going to be half decently dumb.
And again, we talked to all these Europeans. You breed 100, you're going to get, if you are real good, you're going to get between 5 and 10 real decent pigeons. You could have a super, you could have 6 good ones, a few okay ones. So guys, remember, when you breed, you're going to naturally breed a lot of crap. And it doesn't matter what the pedigrees say. But you have to put the time in and experience it.
If you raise 80 young ones with young bird sickness, you could lose, I'd say, 20 to 30 young ones just in young bird sickness. It happens.
Now, if you get young bird sickness,
Mhm.
do you think the pigeons that get it and die from it, do you think those young ones were going to be good, or were they shit anyways? I have my thought on it.
I just think
I have my thought.
this young bird sickness hits them, and I believe everyone will get young bird sickness these days.
Okay, no, but what I'm saying is, if you put out 25 youngsters
Mhm.
and the whole group get it, but like the red checker, he seemed like he was off for a day and then he's back.
Yeah, that's right.
That one, the grizzle, it had it and it died.
Mhm.
The black had it and it
Yeah,
died.
right.
And the blue bar struggled through it and it lived.
Right.
That red checker, man, he never took a backward step. Goddamn best youngster. Best bird of the year. Do you think that there is something to this?
Yeah, I think the strong,
The strongest of the strong. The machines.
and you were in Europe already a few times.
Right.
Excuse me, and I think you said a lot of these people, they don't treat for anything. They don't treat for anything. The birds, if they're going to get sick, they die.
Right.
They have a bad year, they're sick, they die. And we experienced that some years ago when you bought all those birds from Dean Pallet, and they came in and we bred them the first year. And I always believe you should have those birds from Europe, really, if you buy them, should have them at least a year. Let them go through the molt.
A whole molt.
The whole molt.
Let me grab one more thing.
Right, okay?
Now,
And
let me ask you a question before I go.
Mhm.
Why you buy pigeons?
Right,
You buy pigeons they come to you in December, November. They came from Europe. Why do you think they're not ready? Why do you think they need that year? Why?
well, first of all, they could be later youngsters. They haven't gone through the molt. They may be only on a couple, 3 flights. They were in a quarantine in Europe. First of all, before they got to the quarantine, what did they have to do to get there? Then they went in the quarantine for 30 days in Europe. And then when they were done that, it took them roughly, I'd say, from start to loading at the quarantine station, 3 days before they got country. So there's a stress there. So we're talking, let's say right there, there's 3 stresses. And if they're late breds, a little bit late, they've gone through the molt. That's hard on them. Then they come here, they got to go 45 days in quarantine. And then after that's over, whatever the process here is,
Then they go to their new lots.
Maybe they get pictures. Maybe they go in an auction. Okay. But then that's finished. Then they go in another basket, and they get shipped out. And that could be anywhere from 3 hours in transit. Well, not 3, I should say minimum 5 hours. Could be anywhere from 5 hours in transit to 4 days in transit. Now you get them out, you say, damn, I spent a lot of money on these birds. Put them in a cage and let's get eggs. Hey, but people, ladies and gentlemen, what more do you expect? The bird's already been a machine already. How many times? I just added it up.
It's smoked.
Added up.
It's cooked.
And now you get it. You say, oh, I got it December the 10th. I'm going to put them together on the 25th and let's get this thing breeding. I'm sorry, but
We're going to make a sound.
Wait a minute.
We're going to make a
are
sound.
you some kind of a greedy person?
We're going to make a
And
sound.
if it didn't lay, it's garbage.
We're going to
It's
make
garbage.
We're
Yeah.
going to make a sound. Sound is the human being.
Huh?
Ding dong.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to know what? Take most humans, put them on a plane and give them 3 stopovers. Fly from Canada to Belgium, Belgium to Dubai, Dubai to Thailand.
Right.
You want to know what that human being feels like? It's
I know what it
cooked. You don't want to go out. You don't want to walk on the beach. You know what you want to do? Relax.
I'm just saying those birds
And-
go through a
yes.
lot of stress.
And what we say is, I don't care if you spent $500,000 on the pigeon.
Mhm.
If you really want that result, put it out in the aviary.
Let it relax.
Let it have a bath every day. Let it eat and drink. Let it find its perch. Let it become a pigeon again. And you know what you're going to get? Something great out of it. But what you'll do is, because we're all about pizza fast, breed it in a room, breed it in a cage, breed it in a box, breed it. Nothing was any good that came out of it. And it's all because the people have no patience. Anyways, Mike Vanderyak, Michelle Vanderyak says, what is this thing? It's like a baby rabbit. Is it a rabbit? Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's a cat.
Can I eat it?
A little kitten. I wouldn't have any of these in my area.
All right.
Believe it or not, these damn things here, if you don't mind me saying,
I like them.
they keep raccoons away.
They do.
Yeah, I have enough
They
of
keep
them.
everything.
I have enough of them. And if I spend $50 a month on feed for them, you can't get a company, an exterminator, to keep the raccoons away for $50 a month.
Well, I got some comments. So Mike Vanderyak says, treating healthy pigeons is the best way to make them sick.
I
You know,
believe that too.
I don't know if it makes them sick, but I think what Mike's saying is you take that fine edge of natural immunity away. So, Mike, I agree. Seven Hill Lofts. I like this, Seven Hill Lofts. Hello from Worcester, Massachusetts. I like Massachusetts. Michael Beevler says, what's happening about New Jersey? Well, they didn't want us to come to New Jersey. They said it's not going to work. So we're going to go there in November. Michael Green says, natural immunity system is the only way to golden doing. It's for the last 10 years, I've seen stronger and very little sickness.
But you want to know something? What this fella says, I believe he's right. But what happens is, as a loft manager, owner, he sees his pigeons blink its eye twice. Oh, I got to give it something. You know, oh, the droppings are this. Oh, what is it? Oh, I got to give it this. I got to give it that.
Wow.
It's very hard to watch your pigeons get sick and die.
I'm going to ask you a question.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to ask you a question.
What's the question here? You know, very hard. But if you got the guts to say, I raised 50 young ones, I seen them get sick. Just hold on, I'm not finished. I seen them get sick, 50 young ones, and I seen 30 of them shrivel and die. And I watched it happen. It's depressing to watch that. But I got 20 left, and they're strong, and you keep going that way every year, I believe you're going to go back to strength. The trouble is too, is sometimes you introduce birds in that have been on a heavy medication. You know, I give them 3 times every week, coccidiosis, canker, whatever. They get that 3 times a week, and they do it every single week. Actually, there's only not even 1 day a week they get just straight water. I think what you're doing is you're weakening the system. You're weakening. It's like, for example, there's a lot of barn plugs flying around still in that barn and over there in that barn. Do you think they get medication? They get treatments? No. When they get sick, they just die.
Can I ask you a question? That's a pickstone pot.
Yeah, right.
That's a nice pot.
Mm-hmm.
It comes full.
Mm-hmm.
You get the pot with it.
Mm-hmm. I like the pot.
I would take all the ingredients out of the pot and I'd break it up into a bag. And I'd say, well, 5, 6, 10, 12 pigeons and come 2 spoons of it. I've been to lofts. 1 pair of pigeons get a whole pickstein. A pickstein in this pot, in this nest box, a pickstein in that 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 box. And then guess what they got on the floor? A goddamn pickstein.
So they want the birds to get the most vitamins they can.
No, they want to feed their pigeons stale pickstein.
Oh, stale. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because you know what?
It gets hard. Yeah.
If I invite those same people to my house and I bring them out a 16-foot loaf of bread, the whole goddamn thing stale, what will they say? The bread's stale. But you bring out a loaf of bread this big that's fresh. Everyone takes a nice fresh piece. Guys, use common sense. Common sense. Don't medicate them when they're not right. Young birds, when they're not right, you don't have to fix them. They're telling you they ain't gonna do 300 miles in a headwind. That's what they're telling you right there. Because some will do it and come through it. Some will just fall off.
Well, I'll tell you, the champion pigeons, they never get sick.
They don't.
You know, it's like,
you know, Ronaldo.
They got that constitution. They got that.
Ronaldo,
they never get sick.
Ronaldo makes about $25,000 a day.
Doesn't matter what he makes.
Hold on.
A day.
Ever since he was a little boy, without any food, he ran out of food. Living in Portugal, he made it all the way up to the top. You know, guy don't miss no games. Guy don't get sick. The guy shits marbles, man. Why? Why?
Because he's strong. Because constitution, he's strong.
He's a machine.
That's right.
Right. And what pigeon men do is they look at it, the whole system, and they think, I got to give in each nest box a full pickstein to a pair of pigeons. When you do that, ready? Watch this. Ding dong. You missed it right there. Now, David Tracy says, I am thinking about taking the young birds out of my auction birds, training them and letting them mature, then racing them next year. What's your thoughts? I think if you know what, if you've got them and they're healthy and they're training good and there's no problems, go ahead. They're young birds. You can play with them, push them out. I don't think you're not harming anything. Those birds didn't do any quarantining or anything like that. And if you want to hold them, I would say take them out to about 200 miles in a headwind, in a good headwind, where there's a day where they got to work. Then park them.
But train them out good before you
Yeah.
get there.
Train them, get them 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles, and make sure they get a 200-mile headwind.
Get them in those headwinds before they get out there.
And you want me to tell
30
you?
miles, 50-mile headwind. Beautiful. Beautiful. Make them work.
I'll tell you guys one thing. Mother Nature gives you all something great. Gives you headwinds. Headwinds are your friends. Headwinds tells you where your conditioning is and the quality of your birds are. Is in a headwind. Tailwinds? Everybody. If I'm 500 pounds, I can ride a bike down that hill great. But that same 500-pound piggy, he ain't going to ride up the hill the same way. So, guys, headwinds are your friends. Now, Mike Vanderyak says this. In my experience, suggestion that while young birds racing is not, what's that word? Critical? Critical?
It's not critical yet.
While young bird racing is not critical, it does seem to help yearlings to be competitive right from the start. Old bird program. I don't even know what this means. What does this mean? In my experience, suggests that while young bird racing is not critical, it does seem to help yearlings.
Yeah, so what Mike's saying
Of course,
is
young bird
racing is actually training for the future.
For the future.
And that's 100% right.
And 99% of North America bases themselves on young bird racing. So sure, I think, of course it is, Mike.
No, that makes sense.
You think a pigeon, Dean Pallett said it. I like Dean. He said, hey, Ryan, you're so smart. Do you think a pigeon can distinguish between racing and training?
I believe it can't.
It can't.
No.
Why could it?
Every time you go in the basket,
it races.
That's it.
That's right.
Right?
Right. So what we're saying is, and like Derek Walsh said, my young birds, they go in the basket 60 times before the first race.
Every time they go in the basket is stress. The more basket training you can do relieves the stress.
Right. It gives them confidence.
Confidence. That's right.
And you said it. You worked at a job for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally drive to work and knew at what traffic light you could sleep for 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was a confidence. And it was a building. Pigeons are the same way. But you know what? You only learn that by doing it. And I say to Derek Walsh said to me, I've had horrible races, given the birds rest. And in one day, I trained them 4 times to 5 miles. Sharpen the knife, put them into a national. I win the first 20 positions because I brought the confidence right back. And like Brian Masker says, it's about getting them experience. And people, what you don't realize is experience. Think about it. A pigeon that's just been put into a basket. We're not talking train down the road. Put into a basket 50 times. To a pigeon that's been put into a basket 20 times and trained. Who's got more basket confidence?
Well, it's like we can go back to where we started here today when I weaned the youngsters at 16 days old and they go in a basket. That gives them start experience. That shock is a shock. They learn to handle that shock. That's experience. Experience, experience, experience. Before they even go training, I'll take them in that basket. I'll put them in the back of my pickup truck and I'll go into town and I'll come back. They'll come here in the basket. That's all experience. Start and go. Put them in a basket with the wire meshing in the bottom of it. Not sitting on straw. They're going to sit on wire.
Uncomfortable.
They're getting familiar with that feeling. You're not training. You're getting them from, you're training at home in a basket to get you, they get familiar with that feeling. If you don't do it, you're always put them in a basket with straw. The first day they go on the truck and they got that wire on the bottom, those wire meshing. The first day, another shock. Oh, this is like whole, they can't concentrate. They're going like, I can't stand on this stuff. It's just like, they can't concentrate. They can't rest. But if you train them to be aware of it,
To handle it.
It's like,
Or to educate them.
it's like guys in pigeon shows. They train their birds to be in a show cage. They train the birds to be handled in the show cage, to take them out of the show cage. They train the birds to have people look at them in the show cage. So when they go to the show, they're not stressed. This is normal. You make it feel normal. It's like taking a dog, take a puppy, put a leash on him. He doesn't like it. He pulls and does this and does that. But after, let him drag the leash around or whatever you got to do. Next thing you start walking him on the leash. Then you take him. He likes to go for a walk. He likes that. But take a dog that's 1 year old, never put him on a leash, or 2 years old, and decide you're going to go walk down Main Street because you want to show him off because he's pretty damn nice now after he's a year old. He ain't going to walk. He's going to jerk. He's going to be all screwed up. So I'm just saying, go through those steps to make him feel comfortable. Right?
Right.
Train
Now,
him
now watch this. Ray's very smart. Ray Sheeran, you know Ray. Ray won some money here at the Pioneer. Flew real good last year.
Right.
Ray says, and Brian, I'll get to your comment, and Brian Mansker, I get a couple of your comments in there. I find the first few times they are in a basket, if they have any food in their system, they throw it up. For the first few times. Now, hold on. Ray said it. Could you imagine taking beautiful youngsters, 60 days old? Let's go with 60. That's a good number. 50, 60 days. They're great. They got nice, look at this. Bodies are nice.
Yeah.
Ado spreads the legs, the
Right.
tails are out. What? They put them in the nice, beautiful, brand new shipping box from the UPS.
Mm-hmm.
In the shavings, nice and thick, so they get respiratory, but they pack it in.
Mm-hmm.
Then they take them to the post office, and the post box guy puts it on the thing, and you shake it, and it bounces, and it goes.
Well, and then they sit in the post
Sit in
there
the thing.
where it's warm, the heat.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then they take it and they put it in an SUV and it bounces and falls right off. And they pick it back up, put it down, and those birds throw up. Can I ask you a question? What do you feel like when you throw up?
Oh, nauseated, terrible. You know,
It wears you out, doesn't it? Do you feel not tired?
Let's go back to. We'll go back in time. When I was 6 years old, I could still believe it. My dad bought, it was a brand new 1957 Buick, whatever the hell it was. We all went for a drive, and I was in the back seat with my brother, and this thing was just like smooth. I don't know what it was. It was just like a, Never was in one before.
You threw
And
it.
I threw up in the back seat. There was something about it.
The motion.
I wasn't the motion. I wasn't acclimatized to it.
Right. Now,
I tried my best.
And what we're saying is,
Same as what Ray says. Yeah,
Right. but
the excitement.
But the honesty of the pigeon men, I wonder. What I mean by that is,
It's common sense.
how many of them put their birds into what I call, I'm going to spend money on you in a race. Giddy up and ride, baby. I'm going to torture you before we go. I think 99% of the pigeon men in North America,
They don't do it.
they do no torture. You know what they do?
They're
Nothing.
lazy.
Nothing but blue sky.
Mm-hmm. No, they're just lazy.
Right.
You know, I've already had my youngsters out in the back of my pickup truck in the baskets, going to town, going for a little drive, coming back. That's it. I'm getting them used to that system, right? So they're hardened up, right?
But this is what we talk about. And at the end of the day,
And then what happens is at the end of the day, half these people, they blame either the fella that's taking them, if you're going to a one-off race, or they blame the birds, right?
they miss the third person, don't they?
They don't blame themselves.
Right.
They just say, oh, guess what? Those are crap birds. Or the guy that took them, he doesn't know what he's doing, because you know
Well,
why?
there's a lot of outs. We
'Cause
find the outs, don't we?
I fed them so well, and they were so nice. They were just like beautiful specimens in my loft. And by the way, that bird, just before I send it, you know, it was like 7 weeks old. What's that? How many days? Seven
So-
times 7?
So it's
49 days old.
50 days old.
It was 50 days old, a beautiful bird, and the parents were still feeding it. It was like in the loft, the parents are still feeding it. The thing was so gorgeous. And I sent it to him, and he screwed up. He screwed it up. The
Yep.
bird got shocked. They won't admit it, but when the guy takes it, the one loft guy, he looks and says, holy jumping, this beautiful thing, when I got it, it doesn't know how to find the water. It doesn't know how to eat, because it just got fed by the parents, you know, like, you know, and then they blame the guy that accepted
What
the bird.
you
or
did
they
was
blame
what
the
you
bird.
did was you taught the bird, the beautiful bird, and it's not the bird's fault. You taught the bird to fail.
Well, let's go back to the old school, okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of old school here. My father-in-law was 13 years old when he left out west on the farm. His dad said, you're a man now. You better go. He got on the train and took the train. You see that battery's getting low.
Yep.
He took the train from out there, Calgary, wherever the hell it was, came to Toronto at 13 years old to find work. Like, imagine that.
13 years old.
Yeah, 13 years old, and found work, found himself a girlfriend, which is my mother-in-law. They had 7 kids, raised a nice family. The 13-year-old boy came. Now, he didn't stay. You know, that's what I'm saying is that's a little harder is better.
So
That way, I think.
well, you what you learn is You learn grit, sandpaper, hardness. You learn, hey, guess what? It ain't all sunshines and rainbows.
And the
Alfred,
young birds, you got to be fair to the young ones, though.
Guys,
you got to be fair to them.
We're going to wrap this up here momentarily. As babies, Van Zuren says this.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred, very good pigeon man. His father's fantastic pigeon man, even better than Alfred. Sorry, Alfred. As a baby and as young pigeon, they should never be beep food for food. If they do, clean them up. They will never be good pigeons.
What do you say? Something. Beep.
So let's read this. Because Alfred's English isn't the best.
Right here.
As a baby and as a young pigeon,
yeah.
They should never beep, squeak. That's what he means.
Squeak for feed.
What do we always say when the youngsters holler for feed?
Oh, yeah.
They're shit.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what he means.
Those crybaby youngsters.
So, guys, when you wean the youngsters, this is what Alfred's saying. Now, this is an Olympiada winner. First national chateau winner of all Holland. When you wean the youngsters, 25 of them into the room, and you have two that go like this. They keep squeaking, running around stupid. The other ones are eating. This one's running around.
It's like you're petting a lot.
Yeah. And all he wants you to do is you touch his beak and he goes like this.
Oh, yeah.
He does the wiggle.
Oh, they come running at you with their wings open, yeah.
Just take the garbage can and show it to them.
Well, you're a pain in the ass to me when they do that.
I missed the date for shipping. We're doing the date for the week of April 23rd. Mike Parrish, send me your band numbers. Now, our one-off race this year is going to be better than last year and the year before and the year before. Why? Because, guys, it's not about crying, whining, bitching, and moaning. Yes, you've seen those rules. And those are good rules. Because why? Don't whine, bitch, moan, and complain. Not everyone's going to win, but we're going to come at it to win. We're going to have fun to win. We're going to try to win. I want to see everyone be a winner. But unfortunately, in these races, there's only a few pigeons that win the money. So you have to learn. No whining, no bitching, no complaining, no moaning. No excuses.
Get the towel out.
Get the towel out.
Beautiful.
And guys,
do you want me to bring it out?
Yeah, you will fly our one-off race for 9 years. You will lose 9 years, but on the 10th year, it's your time. That's your time to win. Guys, that's Ricky. I'm Ryan.
Oh, you're gonna cut the show off?
We're down to 10% now.
Oh. We're getting out of power. You can't charge that thing.
I'm running out of the juice.
Oh.
Hey, guys. It was a good show. We were on for an hour and 25 minutes.
Wait till it cuts off, maybe.
I always think that's rude.
Oh.
What I'm going to say is you're going to see tomorrow a post for our American shipping date. You will see that. And really, guys, think about what we're saying.
I have guys say to me, oh, my pigeons won't eat the peas. Nope. My pigeons will not eat the wheat.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What? If I said to you, my pigeons won't eat peas, what would your answer be to me straight?
My answer is they'll eat peas when I give them peas. Yeah.
But they don't eat them the first day.
No, if they don't, when I feed them, if there's peas left in there, they're going to eat the peas. They're going to eat the wheat.
They don't eat them.
Oh, they're going to eat them. They're damn right they're going to eat them. They will.
But how do I get to eat them if they don't eat them?
I know Mike Vanderyak there last year. They'll eat damn McDonald's French fries if I want them to. Okay.
But how do I do it?
How do you do it? I just put it down and eat.
But they don't eat it then.
They're gonna die.
Well, what do you mean? What do I do?
They're gonna die.
So, I only do that? I only feed that?
No. They're gonna die if they don't want to eat what I put down for them to eat. That's it.
Guys, what he's saying is, to win these races, you got to turn up the heat.
Yeah.
To win in life, you have to turn the heat up.
They're gonna, hey, if they crash down in a field on race day and they're gonna be there for a while and all there is nothing, they're gonna eat nothing. You know what I mean? They're gonna survive. They gotta survive. They gotta eat what I put down. Anybody that tells me, oh, you know what, I feed them, I have to scoop out the wheat and throw it in the garbage pail. Say, I'm sorry, buddy.
Ding
But
dong.
you don't know how to feed pigeons.
That's
right? That's the bottom line. They're
I
gonna eat
always
what
say,
I put down.
I always say,
You know, maybe I'm wrong. Anybody thinks I'm wrong? Come on out, ask me, tell me I'm wrong, but they're gonna eat what I put down, you know?
pigeons
I
can
know,
live off almost nothing.
I know one fella,
We're
he's
wrapping
passed away now. And he said, he makes a good point. I can raise pigeons on pea gravel. Okay, that's a very hard statement. I know you can't do it, but he was saying basically they're going to eat what I'm going to give them. You know, at home, when my dad put down this, we ate it. Whatever he put down, we ate it. We were trained to do what we were told to eat.
And if you didn't,
That's it.
If you didn't eat what your dad put down, what happened to you?
We sit on the table and everybody got off the table and we sat there until you eat it.
Now, if you didn't eat it, then what happened?
You go to your bedroom with no food.
So the next day when he put the same shit
You
out,
eat that shit.
That's right.
That's
because
right.
that's how winning is done. You learn inch by
And
inch by inch.
You respect what's on the table.
So remember, pigeons that won't eat peas are overfed, as Mike says. And what I say is,
Well, he's exactly right.
right.
He's exactly
Pigeons,
right.
and you can take the word, you can take Mike's word of saying peas, you can scrap it. Put bread, put cheese, put potatoes, put beets, put all those.
I had a guy years ago call me in.
We're done.
He asked me.
I'm done.
You haven't shut it down.
No.
He asked me, oh, come on over. I got my birds. They're not feeling so good. It's like, you know, they're what? I went over there to see them. All his birds were sitting like, they were all humped up. They looked like terrible. I'm telling you, folks, his floor of his loft had peas about 1.5 inches thick. You could literally roller skate on it when you walked on it. It's like, you know, right there when I seen that, I went, and his pigeons looked like they didn't eat. They were like
Starving.
spoiled little kids or something. I said, God, man, you don't know how to feed your birds. Take a look at this, right? I guess that was the start of being sick. I don't know. They're so spoiled, right?
You ever hear the words? No.
Mike's 100% right. They're overfed.
I watched Eric Lindbergh feed his pigeons, and I'm going to wrap this up here.
They're running out of power. The battery's so low here, I can see it.
With the spoon. And he said, I can feed them whatever I want. They will destroy it. Because if they don't eat it, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We ain't coming back again.
What's the champion tippler flyer there here in this area? Was it Oscar? Oscar?
With Oscar.
He flies birds 6 hours. Birds would come down. I said to him, what do you give your birds? They all go back in their individual box.
For 5%.
He had Christmas tree lights on in there, like so they could get light when he was feeding them. He said they all get after a 6-hour fly, they all get a teaspoon of barley each in their box.
Mm.
And that was like,
Well, what he was doing, he's playing the instrument to the finest tune.
yeah, 100%.
And Eric
Then
Lindbergh played the same way. You
Then-
want to know what? You want me to tell you? That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the man that's willing.
that same man told me I can raise totally healthy youngsters on feeding straight barley. Strong, plump, healthy pigeons on straight barley. I've never done it, but
Let's try it, eh? You want to do it for fun? We'll
Yeah,
take an individual breeding
this is-
stall.
this is what he-
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. That's Loft Manager
Yeah.
Richard. I'm Ryan. April 23rd for you Americans. Get on the bus. I need you to tell me what bird you're sending. Now, April 23rd, your birds already should be ready to roll.
if I can say something, if this thing cuts out, we're getting real low on power. So if it cuts out,
Let me finish.
thanks for coming on.
Hold on. Your birds should be ready now. Take them to work with you. Drive them in the truck with you. Take them to your school. Starve them. At least 2 times. Miss a day's feeding. Teach them inch by inch by inch. Change the drinker water. Change the section. Make them think. And guess what, America? You will win this race. Hey, good show. Ready to go?
Getting low on this.
That's
power.
Ricky. I'm Ryan. And guys, by the way, love us or hate us.
Thanks for coming on, folks.
What do we give you? We give you the honest, true facts and the facts and the truths that hurt. Whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining.